What is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate that, by the way. Today I've got another video for you about weight loss. You've probably told that by the title and the thumbnail already. But I think it's about time I do a video on it. There is so much misinformation about this everywhere and it drives me insane. It's confusing people left, right and centre. There's fad diets here, fad diets there. Do this, don't eat, don't exercise, do eat, do exercise. There's just so much information. So I thought I would do a video breaking down the exact right and only way to actually lose weight. Now, this isn't me, selling some kind of fad diet. This isn't me giving you information about a program that I have. I'm not selling any programs. I don't have any programs to sell at the moment, okay? This is literally me giving you guys the right, correct information from a non-biased source because I think it just needs to be out there. There are some places that do actually tell the truth, but there's just not enough and there's still just so much crap out there on the internet. So it's absolutely about time that you guys can see the actual truth. Before we get started, please do subscribe to the channel if you are new here and like these videos, this video. It does really help me grow my channel, and then YouTube notice me more. They promote my videos, more people get to see it, and I get to help more people, and it really helps me as well. So be selfless, please subscribe to the channel and like it, you'd be doing me a massive favour. Thank you very much, and go watch my other videos. Yes, so let's get on with it. Diets are just a way of getting to this point of weight loss. There's so many different types. You can do this way or that way, and there's words like sins and stuff like for bad food, good food. I hate that. I hate the idea of there being good food and bad food. People, you need to get that out of your head right now. There is no good or bad food. Food is food, and it is made up of three things: fats, carbs and proteins. It's as simple as that. Some have more fat, some have more protein, some have more carbs. That is literally it, okay? It's just, if you eat those in quantities, it's all about moderation, which I need to take my own advice on that, because sometimes I have a little bit too much of stuff, but it's just about eating it in the correct quantities, and it literally will be part of a balanced diet. It won't make you put on any weight. The only reason the Eat Well plate and stuff says have sugary stuff as a small quantity, it's because it usually contains a lot of fat, and fat has more calories per gram than protein and carbohydrates do, which means it's easier to go over your calories and essentially put on weight. Okay, so all diets do is help you to lose weight. However, the reason there are lots of different ones is because they all have different ways of getting there. Okay, so the keto diet, let's use this one for example. I think it has no carbs. It says don't eat any carbs, which is essentially just a way of reducing your calories because you're getting rid of carbs, so you're not taking in one of the macros, so then you're gonna be in a calorie deficit. Same with the no fat diet, one that just advertises eating protein and carbohydrates. You're gonna be cutting out fats, which means that your calories are going to go down because you're not getting the fat content as well. I don't recommend these because you need all three. You need fat. Fat can give you energy and for a sustained period of time, and a constant feeding of energy for low to moderate activity, which is what you do mostly in the day. Carbohydrates are great for full-on activity, which you do need for a short period of time. Protein you need to maintain your body and keep your muscles growing and repairing. So they're all super important. You get rid of one, you're going to be lacking in some way. If you get rid of your fats, you're going to be really you're going to be lethargic through the day. If you get rid of your carbs and try and do a heavy workout, you're going to really struggle because you don't have the fuel to give you a high intensity workout. Get rid of protein. The workouts in your day-to-day, you're not going to be healthy enough to build any muscle or even maintain it. So whatever you do, you need to keep all three in there, which is why I don't really agree with the keto diet, etc. So yeah, all these diets, the thing they have in common is they are just different ways of putting you in a calorie deficit. So I'm making this really simple for you. There's only one way to lose weight. I know, crazy, right? So everything you've ever heard on the internet, just throw it away, because there is only one single way you can physically lose weight, and that is to be expending more calories than you are taking in, which is, in other terms, you are burning more calories than you are eating. It's as simple as that. That is the only way you can physically lose weight. So if you're burning 2,000 calories a day, you just need to eat less than that and you will lose weight. It's that simple. And all these diets are just providing ways to do that, okay? To learn about properly losing weight, you need to learn about food. They go hand in hand, you've heard that before. So I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about that. So protein has 4 calories per 1 gram. So that's why you see these things on the back of like food packets, because they're telling you what's in it, and if they say, oh, there's this many grams, like it's 20 grams of carbs or whatever, then you can actually work out how many calories there are from that, because there's 4 calories per gram of protein, and that's the same with carbs as well. So if you have 20 grams of protein in there, then you times that by 4 for 4 calories per gram, and you've got 80 calories. So you've got your protein, your carbs. The only thing about fats, which is why it has such a bad rap, is because fats have a high amount of calories per gram. They have 9 calories per gram, which is why people say, oh, stay away from fats, because you want to reduce the amount of fats you're taking in, because they have a lot more calories. They have over double the amount of calories per gram than protein and carbs do. But that doesn't make them bad. It just means you shouldn't really be having as much of them. And the only reason you shouldn't be having as much of them is because if you have as many grams of fat as you have as carbs and protein, you're probably going to be going over your calories, which is going to be putting on weight. So fat isn't bad, it's just, it's easier to go over your calories, which puts on weight. Again, coming back to the fact that being over and under your calories is the only thing that will make you lose or put on weight, okay? So get out of the mindset that fat is bad. It's hard, I know it's been ingrained to us. It's actually really annoying, because the word fat generally means, or you are, you're larger, you're an overweight individual, but because that has been taken, because that has the same name as one of the macronutrients, people associate fat makes you fat, where yes, it does create adipose tissue around you, but it's not a bad thing, you need it. They could have named being like overweight carbs, and like just because it's got the same name it doesn't mean it. So like get out of the mindset that fats are bad for you. In a large amount they are, but so is everything. If you have way too much carbs, that's going to be bad for you as well. So it's just everything in moderation. Okay, so obviously they make up calories, those 3 macronutrients, and then calories make up your daily intake. So there is one major thing that I'm going to tell you about, and then there's going to be 4 subcategories of that which make up this one big thing. So this one big thing is called total daily energy expenditure, or TD for short, and as it says in the title, that's basically all the calories that you burn in a day, everything included. All these 4 subcategories I'm going to tell you about right now, that's all of those combined together. So that's just a big culmination of everything. And that's all you need to know about that, total daily energy expenditure. It's fairly self-explanatory. Okay, so the first subcategory of that is BMR, basal metabolic rate. Now this is really important. This is all the calories you burn in a day from doing absolutely nothing. So let's imagine you wake up in the morning, you grab your laptop and you literally watch TV or Netflix all day in your bed without so much as getting up. Okay, you'll be doing absolutely nothing, not even walking down the stairs. Basal metabolic rate is how many calories you would burn on a day like that, okay? Where you would do absolutely nothing, okay? And it's actually surprisingly a lot more than you would think. So it's how many calories the body burns through stuff like keeping the heart beating, pumping blood to the organs, keeping the organs alive, blinking, breathing, all the stuff that we do automatically, that we like, keeping our autonomic nervous system going that we don't even realize we're doing, just staying alive essentially. So that's doing nothing, that's how many you burn. And for someone like me, who, my height, my age, my athleticism, that's about 2,000 calories. So yeah, so I burn about 2,000 calories doing absolutely nothing in a day. I mean, that's great, right? And the reason that you need to be aware of that is because most people don't realize that you burn calories without doing exercise, and you really do, because if we didn't burn any calories without doing exercise, then people that don't do exercise would be absolutely huge. Because let's say we're eating, or I'm eating, 2,000 calories a day and then not doing exercise, then that's not being burnt off. So every day it'd be 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, and there's about 3,500 calories per 1 pound. So like every couple of days I'm gonna be putting on a pound. So like after a month or 2 months, I'm gonna be like well overweight, obese. So obviously even if you don't exercise, you'll be staying, you may put on a little bit of weight, but you're going to be staying around the same amount of weight. So the idea that you don't burn calories is just ridiculous. So obviously your body has to burn calories somehow, otherwise we would just all be a planet of hugely massive, probably dead, because it'd be so bad for us, okay? So yes, BMR is where most of our calories are burned, okay? So I burnt about 2,000 from doing absolutely nothing. So the way you can work out your BMR is if you just go on Google and type in the Benedict-Harris equation. That's like the most accurate one that there is so far. And basically it takes into account your age, your height, your weight, your gender, and then calculates. You do your little formula, you work it out on your calculator, and it basically tells you a rough estimate of how many calories you're burning in a day. So don't take this as like absolute law, that to the absolute calorie is exactly how many I burn. It's going to be a rough estimate. It can't be exactly accurate, because you can have someone that weighs like 80 kilograms that's, you know, quite in shape, and then you can have someone that weighs 80 kilograms that's quite out of shape, and obviously your metabolic rate will be a lot faster for the person that's, you know, does more activity, but because you're the same, the same weight, the Benedict-Harris equation is probably going to give them a similar BMR, which wouldn't actually be accurate. So you want to take it with a pinch of salt, although it is a good kind of starting place to, you know, have in your head of that's the rough estimate of where I'm probably at the moment. So as I said, I'm about 2,000. So yeah, go on Google, find that if you want. So that's the first one, basal metabolic rate, BMR, for doing absolutely nothing, just your body keeping you alive. Okay, so let's say I'm at 2,000 calories a day burn. Okay, the second, number 2, is thermal effect of exercise, or TEE, and that's very simple. You'll know this. This is just an exercise, a planned exercise. So maybe you do a workout at the gym, maybe you go for a run, maybe you you do some like HIIT workout, you do weightlifting, weight training, swimming, any kind of like physical exercise that you've planned and that's heart raising and like deliberate. Okay, so that is a thermal effect of exercise, and usually I'll probably estimate, or I'll try and go for around at least 700 calories a day that I burn through like physical activity. Physical exercise, not activity. That's different. I'll come to that in a second. So yeah, so that's about 700. So let's say now I'm at about 2,700 calories that I'm burning every day that I, 1, exist, and 2, do exercise, okay? I'm burning 2,700. Right, wonderful. The next one is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or NEAT for short, N-E-A-T. And that's a long, fancy way of saying everything that you do that is an activity that isn't exercise. Okay, so in a day, this would be things like walking up and down the stairs, brushing your teeth, maybe cutting the grass or mowing the lawn, picking up a chair, cooking your dinner, things like this that you would do every day without thinking about it, but it's still more of a deliberate activity that that's not exercise, that's not an actual workout, and we'll probably burn like a couple hundred through this a day. Maybe like it's quite hard to work out how many, because everybody does different amount of stuff. If you spend all day in bed, you're not really going to burn that much in NEAT, but if you're like quite an active person, like you get jobs done around the house, you're going to be burning more. So that it's quite difficult unless you were like trying to work out every single activity that you did. It's hard to work this out, so you can just kind of estimate around like a few low hundred. So let's say like 200 or 300 that I do. That puts me at like 3,000 calories on a day that, 1, let's go back to this, I exist, 2, I do physical exercise, deliberate, and 3, I do some like housework that or even go on a walk, that's my NEAT. Okay, so that's about 3,000 calories a day that I will burn, providing I do all 3 of those things. Okay, number 4, and the final one, is thermal effect of feeding. So this is the calories that you will burn through eating. Essentially, you won't realize that you are doing this because you'll eat, and I mean, nobody's told you, but you do actually burn calories. It's quite a small amount, but then the more you eat, this isn't an excuse to go eat loads and loads, but it is proven to, if you eat in small amounts often, you will burn a few more calories because you'll be eating on more occasions throughout the day. So when you do eat, you do burn calories through eating as well. So that's not a huge amount. That's usually like it's usually your BMR like divided by like I think 0.1 or something, which makes mine like 200 or something. 200? Yeah, because I'm 2000, so makes it like 200. So it might even be less than that. So it's not going to be a huge amount. But let's say if I do that, then that makes me 3,200 calories. So let's recap, includes my BMR, which is 2000. So if I exist, okay, every day if I exist, which I do. Your thermal effect of exercise, if I do exercise for about 700 calories, it includes that. If I do housework or go on a walk, which is a couple hundred as well, that makes that. And thermal effect of feeding if I eat regular on a day, which I do obviously. So providing I do all of those 4 things, I'm going to be burning around 3,200 calories, something like that per day. But that is completely unique to me. That will not be the case for you. You guys can work that out on your own. You just type it in Google and you can find the Benedict Harris equation and you can take it from there. So all these 4 things together make up your total daily energy expenditure. So now that you have this, you know all the factors that go into how many calories you will burn throughout a day, you can work out how many calories you're burning a day. Now if you want to lose weight, let's say a pound a week. Let's say you wanted to lose a pound a week. Now a pound is 3,500 calories, which split into the 7 days is 500 calories a day. So you would need to burn 500 calories more than you eat in every single day, okay? So that could be done through, you could do 500 calories worth of exercise, or you could do, you could eat 500 calories less food in a day, or you could do a mixture of both. You could do 250 calories worth of exercise and eat 250 calories less as well, and that will make the 500. So that is how you're essentially going to be losing weight. And if you want to, do the opposite, if you're trying to put on weight, then you would do the same thing. Well, essentially you would just eat more you can make it good stuff and eat 500 calories into a surplus. What I will mention is I do want you guys to take on board that it is not good to try and lose weight really quickly. If you take from this, oh wow, I can lose 500, I can lose a pound in a week. Well, I want to lose quickly, so I want to lose 4 pounds a week and then be in like 1,500 calorie deficit, and then basically your weight will come right down really quickly. Yeah, absolutely, but then your body will be dependent on those few calories that you're eating every single day, every single week, and by a certain point you're going to be like, oh well, I mean, this isn't very many calories that I'm eating because I tried to lose all that weight. So you'd be like, okay, I'm skinny or I've lost weight now, I'm gonna eat some more and take my calories back up. But because your body has become accustomed to this small amount, anything over that, it's going to start putting on weight again. So you're essentially just going to, yo-yo back and forth back to where you were. So the best way to do it is to reduce it slowly, like 200 calories for the first week, and then another 2 for the week after that, and then make it 500 calories for the week after that, and just slowly bring it down. It's a marathon. It's really not a race, guys, and that is the way to maintain it. Okay, so to summarize, all the food that you eat in a day goes towards your calories, and food isn't the devil, it isn't evil. Like it's what we need. It's macros. It's fuel for our day-to-day activity, everything we do. So don't treat it like it's bad, like, oh, I eat food, I'm gonna put on weight. The only way you're gonna put on weight is if you eat more than all those 4 things that I've said, that I've described in this video add up to. So if you eat more than that, you're going to put on weight. So essentially you could eat a lot of bad stuff, but if you keep it under your calories, then you're not going to put on weight. I'm not advising you to do that, because obviously then you've got like inner body troubles, like you can get high cholesterol, your energy is going to be all over the place, it can be really depleted. So it is important to have a good amount of all 3 of the macros, which is where a macro split can come in. Like you can have like 40-40, 20? Yeah, 40-20. Wow, my maths is really off today. Like percent split between them. So it's, or you have to do that when there's plenty of different splits you can do. But that's where measuring your food quantities comes into. But yeah, if you really want to know how many calories you're eating in the day, get into the habit of kind of checking the back of your packets. There's always like calories per serving. Even if you have more than 1 serving, I always find 1 serving is never enough for me. Then just double the calories that it says there. Make a note on your phone. Or there's apps. There's like the My Plate apps. and you can literally like put in exactly what you're eating, and then you can almost like budget, like budgeting money. You can budget what you want to eat for the day. That way you know that no matter how much you enjoy or what bad stuff you're eating or good stuff you're eating or whatever, I know I said stay away from the terms good or bad, but that you know that that's within your calories, so you don't have to feel guilty about eating it. I have ice cream pretty much every single night, which is fine because I've calculated it into my calories and I don't put on weight because of it, so I don't feel guilty. And it's really nice to not feel guilty when eating bad food. So, you know, do the same, guys. It's really easy. I do recommend My Plate. You don't need a subscription for that. And yeah, just get used to kind of knowing kind of what's in your food, what kind of calories are there, and know your BMR, know all the 4 categories that I've mentioned earlier. And you can start to, you know, you can take your own fitness journey, your own weight loss journey yourself, and you don't need these diet plans, you don't need these fad diets, because they're all there to try and get you to the same place, which you can actually do on your own without giving anyone any money for it. So yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I hope this has really explained everything to you. I've just been here to, you know, kind of disprove all the rubbish that's out there. This is the only way to actually physically lose weight, and all these diets are just ways of doing that. So hopefully it's a lot more clear for you guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, comment on below in this video, or send me a message on Instagram. I don't bite. I'm absolutely happy to give you any further answers if you want. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Do really appreciate it. There's plenty of other videos. If you want to see my supplement video, what supplements you should take if you're a gym goer or, you know, fitness enthusiast, go watch that. I have a lot of good information on there. Again, thanks for watching the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.